Hi, my name is Brad Redding. I'm the Director of Instruction at the Resort Course at Grande Dunes in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm a Golf Magazine Top 100 teacher in America and also a PGA Master Professional in Instruction. This is my audition for the Golf Channel. What I want to do today is help you understand what timing is in the golf swing. And timing to a lot of people is things moving slower, maybe smoother. But really what timing is about sequence. Things moving different distances and different speeds in the golf swing. Now I'm going to help you understand what timing is and also help you take that slice and turn it into a draw. So in golf, you basically have three areas that move in the golf swing. You've got your body, and I'm going to use the microphone as the body, my hands, and then the club head. And all three of those areas move different distances and different speeds in the golf swing. Now, if you're a slicer, you definitely have it out of sequence. This face has to be open. That's a simple fact in slices. The face has to be open. And I think a lot of that comes from maybe some of the information you've got to help you improve your slice. If you try to swing more inside out, which is a popular tip for slicers, if you do that, the shaft lays back and the face will tend to open. And so that would cause the slice even more. If you try to start your downswing, another popular tip, start your downswing with your lower body, well, a lot of golfers will tend to move their upper body too, and when you do that, that leaves the club face back and it stays open. So again, off to the right slice. So what I want to do is help you reverse that a little bit. Now what I mean by reversing it, I think if you can find the opposite of where you've been, you can always find the middle. But you have to first find the opposite. So here's what timing is in the golf swing. I basically have those three areas again. I've got my body, my hands, and the club head. Now my body, that microphone, will move 6 to 10 inches in the golf swing. My hands are going to move 3 to 6 feet. And that club head is going to move anywhere from 16 to 20 feet in the golf swing, depending on what club you have in your hand. Drivers go further than wedges. Now, if those move at those different distances, that means speed is different too. My body, that microphone, only moves about 5 to 10 miles an hour in the golf swing. My hands will move somewhere between 20 to 40 miles an hour, and the club head will move somewhere between 50 up to 120 miles an hour, again depending on the club you have in your hand and who you are, how you're built. So I have to help you understand that what's going to move the most in a golf swing is that thing. Not you. You move the least in a golf swing. That moves the most. So here's how you're going to fix it. Take it back to the top where your back and chest and shoulders turn. Now what I want you to do is leave your chest facing this way, leave your back facing towards the target, and bring the club down where you re-rotate your forearm this way. You're re-rotating your forearm, which makes the club move a great distance and gets the face to close. Now I didn't say anything about pulling it down. I didn't say anything about trying to flatten it out. I didn't say come over the top of it. I just said re-rotate it so it would actually stay in the same space here, not out that way, not pulling down this way, just re-rotating. So you can see when I do that, my body hasn't moved at all. My chest is still facing that way. My hands have moved a little bit because they're re-rotating, but what moves the most is that club head. And as I re-rotate my forearm, the face is closing, and as I come to impact, I want you to take the toe of the club and point it towards the golf ball. Yeah, that's what I said. Point the toe to the golf ball. That's the opposite. You've been pulling it down, out racing it, and the heel is facing the golf ball. That's a slice. We want to find the opposite. So it's a pretty simple drill. Up to the top, back and chest, shoulders turn to top. I'll re-rotate my left forearm. I'll leave my back facing the target. I'm rotating my forearm. The face is closing, and point the toe to the ball. Do that over and over again to get a little more smooth with it. So you can feel the sequencing there. From face on, same thing. You may feel like the club head is past your hands. That's fine. That's what it should feel like. And people say, Brad, wait a second. But I thought at impact you wanted to have your hands forward, leaning forward shaft, and the hips turned out of the way. And I say, I agree. But here's the deal. You're too much that way. You've got so much that way, you left the most important piece behind. The body moves the slowest, that moves the fastest, this moves the least, that moves the most. So after you've done that for a while and kind of gotten the sequencing a little bit better, it feels a little smoother, hit one that way. Now if I do that, that golf ball goes pretty far left, and it should, but it felt incredibly solid. That's what I want you to do. Tell me, how much further did it go when you do that? How did it feel contact-wise? Really solid. How did it curve? And how much effort did you put into it? Now, when you move your body less and get the club to swing through, you may have made a lot of effort in terms of this, but your body hasn't moved as much, so it's less effort on you. So you're actually getting the club face to close, and you're using more of the club. And I'll tell you what, if you learn how to use the club face, you can play better golf. It's going to turn that slice into a draw. So find the opposite, keep going that way for a while, and pretty soon you can find the middle. I know that'll help. Work on it, and you'll see improvement in your golf game. Hi, Brad Redding here again to help you with your golf game. You know, I mean, a lot of golfers, when they make a backswing, they tend to hit a club too far to the inside or below their plane. They actually bend their wrist. When you do that, the club goes too low and too much to the inside, and the face is very closed right here. So what I want to do is help them get the club up on that plane. So on the way back, instead of bending your wrist, I want you to take the heel pad of your left hand, the heel pad there, and push it down. When you push it down, the club head comes up, and now your wrists are actually working the correct way. They're actually cocking. And you notice that when I do it that way, the face actually gets open like it should, versus going inside and the face getting shut. So on the way back, simply push the heel pad down as you turn, and that'll get you in a good position at the top to swing the club back down and be able to close the face. So remember, the tip here is don't bend, push it down.